Welcome, everyone, to another Bitly deep dive. Today is June 13th, 2024, and we are going to be talking about managing links. We'll start today's deep dive with a couple of introductions so you know who's joining you in this conversation today. And then we'll talk very quickly about the Bitly mission before getting into the topic of the day, which is, as I just said, managing links. We'll do a quick little overview of your management options before getting into a demo to see those things in practice. So we're going to look at first how to find links in your account after you've shortened them, how to edit your links, and then how to hide and delete your links. After that demo, we'll do some quick FAQs that come up in our conversations with customers all the time, and we'll share some helpful resources before letting everyone get back to the rest of your days. My name is Alexander Hancock. I'm a technical writer here at Bitly, and I work on our help center, the website support.bitly.com. I spend a lot of time in the product, getting to know it so I can write those how-to guides and the troubleshooting articles that anyone can use to answer whatever questions they might have about the Bitly Connections platform. And I'm going to toss it over to my co-host to introduce herself.
Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. My name is Maddie Smith. I'm an onboarding manager here at Bitly. So I work with our newest enterprise customers to make sure they are set up for success with the Bitly platform, which includes walking through the platform with them in detail. So I'll be sharing some of that knowledge in today's webinar.
Yeah, very excited for you to share with all of us what you share with customers on a regular basis. Looking forward to it. So as mentioned, before we get into all of that, we'll talk about the mission here at Bitly. And our mission is to turn every interaction into a catalyst for connections. We do this through the Bitly Connections platform, which includes several different products that you can use to connect with your audience. One of those products, of course, is Bitly Links, which is what we'll be talking about today. The focus in this particular deep dive is really on links that you've already created. So you've taken your long destination URLs, used Bitly to make a nice, short, engaging Bitly link, and now you need to manage those. We're not going to be talking about sharing your link, which is a very important part of the process. Instead, we're going to be talking about managing them within Bitly. And you have several different options for managing your links. Pretty much anything that you can do or customize when you shorten your link, you can do after the fact as well. So in the demo today, we are also going to talk about finding your link, so filtering and searching. And then once you've found the link that you want to edit, what can you do? One of the big ones that we see quite frequently is editing the back half of the link. So whether you created a custom back half when you first shortened it, or you have that random hash, you can update it after the fact. You can add or edit tags, and these tags make it easier to find your links and organize them within your account, just like a title. I love using a descriptive title on my links. It just keeps everything looking a little nicer and makes it really easy to find links. And sometimes you do need to change the title after the fact. You can also redirect the destination URL. So this is something that it's like editing on like with superpowers. So you can change the link to point to an entirely new destination. And then you can also hide or delete most of your links. You can hide any of your links, and then you can delete many. And Maddie in the demo today will discuss some of those limitations to deleting links. The great thing about the Connections platform is these are a lot of different things that you can do, and it's all in one place on the links page within your account. So I think it's time to jump into Bitly and start looking at these. So Maddie, on to you for the demo.
Yeah, definitely. Excited to, as mentioned, see this live demo of everything you've so nicely talked us through. So what we're looking at is our Bitly links page, which is essentially the library of all the links you are creating and where they live. Depending on what type of plan you're on, it will either be, if you're an enterprise customer, the links of where all the links you're creating live in the group you're working out of, which the group is there. Or if you're on a plan that offers one group, all of the links will live here. So that's me basically saying that this page will fill up quite quickly. We'll never delete or expire or hide the links on your behalf. So we offer some tools to help find and manage the links that you've been creating, which is what I want to show you today. So we're going to start off with how to find the links in the Bitly links page. There's two main ways or avenues you can use to search for links in this page. The first is the search bar. The search bar is where you can input the long URL and it will help find the short link associated with it. You can put the back half, specifically custom back half, if you know if it's a custom link and what it would have been named as. And then you can put the link title, which again is just another plug into why you should be editing those titles so they are easily searchable. For this, though, I'm going to take a long URL and put it in the search bar and press enter, and I get the exact link I'm looking for. So it has a title, the long URL, short link, and then it also has some tags, which is a great segue into the other avenue you can take when it comes to filtering. So the search one is kind of more of a general. It might not necessarily give you exactly what you're looking for, but it will get as close as possible for what is inputted in the search bar. To get a little more granular, you can use our filtering options. So we offer the option to filter by date or utilize this filter menu. So what you're able to do is filter by tags, which is essentially like free form categories or naming conventions you can add to your short links. These are just for your internal purposes, so you are completely in charge of the naming conventions. So if I wanted to filter for all short links with this help center tag, I can select it. In addition to tagging, you can filter by link type, see links with custom backcasts versus without. Destination, so is it a mobile destination versus web destination if you did enable mobile behavior. If you're an enterprise user and have multiple users associated with the account, you're able to filter by user if you need to see the links created by a select user. And if you are on a plan type that offers the campaigns feature, if you want to find links that are part of a particular campaign, you can utilize this filter menu to do that as well. I'm just going to use the tags, so I'm going to apply. And you can now see that all my links with the Help Center tag have populated. So those are just kind of two methods you can use to help find a particular set of links. Now that we found the certain links that we've been looking for, I want to edit them. So what you can do is essentially, like Alex was saying, everything you've done in the create flow, you can do post creation. So if you need to edit any portion of this link, you can utilize this little pencil icon and it will populate our edit link menu. What's great about this edit menu is it's very similar to the create menu. So you can do everything in one easy form. You don't have to go back and forth often. So what you're able to do here is you can edit the short link itself. So after you've created the short link and maybe it's not exactly as you want, or you didn't edit the back half, you want to do it post creation, you can always come in here and edit the back half. So what it will do is it will, the domain cannot be changed. So that box is going to remain gray, and you can edit the back half here. You'll notice this green banner. It's just going to let you know how many custom back halves you can create per the month or for that month. It will depend on what plan type you're on, but you'll always be aware of where you stand in terms of volume for that month. So what I'm going to do is, just a reminder, we've definitely touched upon this in other deep dives, but back halves are unique and cannot be reused. That does come into play even if I'm editing. So if I wanted to just add a quick, like maybe the date along with the custom back half or the custom content I've added, once I press save, the original version is still in use and still tied to this short link. This will make more sense in a minute, but just want to emphasize it doesn't free up the back half. I'm not going to press save because I want to go through the other details, but if that's all you wanted to do, you can press save. The link would be edited and you'd be brought to the link details page. Next offering is updating the destination URL. If you ever have a short link, you've printed out, sent it out, and the long URL needs to be updated, you can do so on the back end without having to create a brand new short link. It's what we call a redirect. It's changing the long URL and keeping the short link the same. I'm going to revisit this in a minute because there's another way you can redirect as well, but just know this edit menu allows you to perform redirects. And then you have your title that you can always edit. So if you didn't love the initial title, maybe it wasn't as detailed as you want, or you just went with untitled and realized that you don't like the way it looks, you can always come in and edit it. So I'll just add a space for example purposes. And then the tagging, this is where you'd go to add tags to your link as well. So this one already has 2 associated with it. I can remove them or I can add new ones. There are existing ones that have already been created in the account, or I can create a new one by just pressing create. These are the title and tags are free form and only seen by you within the Bitly platform. Your end users are never going to see what the tags or titles look like. So definitely encourage you to utilize them in case there's any apprehension of what might be reflected. So I filled out pretty much everything minus the redirect field. I'm going to go ahead and press save, and it's going to bring me to my link details page. You can see the title has been reflected, the tags are listed, and the short link has been edited. One thing you might notice is this +1 more. So if I click this, it will show me back half history. This is going back to what I mentioned, that the back half does not get freed up just because I edited the version. It still exists and it still rolls up to the same destination. So both of these short links are pointing to the same destination. If, let's say, I'm very happy with just the latest version of this short link, I don't really necessarily need this to also point to the long URL, and maybe I want to reuse it in a different manner, I can perform a redirect, which we just talked about, and that's going to be changing the destination on the short link. So we also allow you to do the redirect in the back half history screen, so you can easily track how many short link versions are tied to this long URL. So if this is a short link, I'd rather point to a new destination. What I'll do is redirect, and I'll get a brief warning that's basically just letting me know the location level data, device type data, and referrer data that we've collected on that short link will reset. We'll always track the engagements that will retain, but if the more granular location, device type, and referrer data is important to you for that short link when it was pointing to the original destination, you'll just want to export before you complete the redirect. But for this case, we don't really mind, so we're just going to press yes, continue. And another form of redirect screen is going to pop up. It's just reminding you that you're changing the destination on this short link. So the short link will remain the same, but the destination is what's going to be updated. Again, depending on your plan type, there are limits associated with redirecting throughout the month. So we'll always let you know where you stand and if you have redirects left in that month. So I'm going to come in here and take a different long URL, paste it in here. And now you'll see I've updated the destination. And when I press redirect, it will now, that this destination will be pointing to the new long URL. So let me refresh real quick. You'll see there's no longer a +1. So just one short link is pointing to this destination. And if I go back to my list page, there is the short link pointing to the new destination. You'll notice the title and the tags do fall off. So you can just easily come back to the edit screen and add those titles and tags. If I click into the link details page and scroll all the way to the bottom, you'll also notice that we can track the history or changes made to this short link. So we can see where this short link was originally pointed when it was created, if there were any engagements associated with it, and the date it was pointing to that destination. And then we will have the action redirected listed, where it's pointing to now, and when and is it currently still pointing there. So this is really helpful, especially if you're new to the account, you get added as a user, you don't really know the history of these links. You can always scroll to the bottom of the link details page, and if a link has been redirected, the history will be listed there. One final call out when it comes to editing backhalves is you can notice you can generate QR codes with short links. We have another deep dive that goes in detail onto QR codes, but every short link you can generate a QR code. If you generate a QR code, you're going to want to take a pause before editing the back half, because if you edit a back half that has, if you edit a short link, the back half of a short link and it has a QR code associated with it, you'll have to generate a new QR code. So just if there is a QR code generated, stop and think if you're able to reprint it or not, because that will depend if you want to edit it or not. But final portion that we really want to cover today before we wrap up is now the hiding and deletion portion. So we're more familiar or comfortable with searching and editing, but what about cleaning up this Bitly links page? So we offer two features to help manage or clean up the Bitly links page. The most common and most free to use or most less commitment, I guess, is the hide feature. So the hide feature is essentially just a way to remove links that you don't necessarily need to see anymore. Maybe the campaign's over or they're just kind of cluttering. You can visit them at a later date. What you can do is hide them by just clicking the links and pressing this hide button. And what it does is once I hide, is it removes those two links from the main active portion of the Bitly links page and puts them in this hidden folder. These links still are live, still are clickable, still gather metrics, and can be unhidden at any time. It's just really a tool to help organize yourself so that you don't have to see links that are not relevant to you currently. A more permanent solution for removing short links in your Bitly links page is the deletion option. This one is more limited because it's so permanent and cannot be undone. So you are able to delete certain links. They do have to meet certain criteria. So they need to be unedited in terms of the back half cannot be customized. They cannot have been redirected. So it needs to be with the original long URL. And if they are part of a Bitly pages or included in a campaign, you will not be able to delete them. So you would have to remove them from the page and campaign before completing the deletion. With all that said, if the link meets that criteria, you can delete it by clicking on these three little dots, press delete, and you'll see this message. So it's just making you hyper aware that once you delete it, it cannot be undone. So you're going to want to be pretty certain before completing the deletion. It's completely removed from the account, so you won't be able to go back and look at metrics. So if that's important, you're going to want to export before you perform the deletion. Once a link has been deleted, if a user still has it and they click on it, they'll be brought to this page letting them know that it's been deactivated and they can't access the content anymore. And then if you are certain that this link needs to be removed, you just press the big red delete link button and it's completely removed from the account. So this is really helpful for time-sensitive material that may have sensitive content within it, etc. So if you're creating any, shortening any links that you know are sensitive or need to be deleted, you do have that option. Just don't edit the back half or redirect them. But I think that was quite a bit we covered. I'm hoping everyone is feeling a little more confident when it comes to managing these links. But that's all I have for everyone today, and I'll pass it back to you, Alex.
Thank you so much, Maddie. That was a really wonderful overview, and I love seeing it from other people's perspectives. You know, I spent so much time just heads down in the product, and there are so many things that you showed. I was like, oh, that's cool, even though I already know it. It's very cool stuff. So before we wrap up, do want to address a couple of frequently asked questions that we get quite a bit from customers. The first one, you just talked about deleting links. If I delete a link, can I reuse that link for a different destination?
Yeah, that's a great question. So the back half itself cannot be reused even if you delete it. The long URL, it will let you reshorten it once you delete it. The back half, though, those are it's the golden rule of Bitly. They are unique and cannot be reused pretty much in any case. That's a big reason why we only allow you to delete the generic random back half that's assigned with the short link. If you were to delete custom links, you would have no way of tracking back half history. You'd get an error and not understand why because the link would be gone from the account.
Thank you. And sort of similar. Sometimes I might go into my account and try to edit or redirect a link, and I'm not able to. Why would that be?
Yeah, that's another really good question. The main reason or the main cause of this is because of a feature we call auto branding. Auto branding is a feature that we allow some companies to enable, which ensures that anyone shortening their content within Bitly will use their custom domain. That's going to be the most common. So if you're shortening a long URL and the domain changes, or you get an error when trying to edit or redirect, it's most likely because auto branding has been enabled there. That being said, there are a couple other reasons why you might run into unable to edit or redirect. So we wanted to hyperlink the article of list of reasons a link would be uneditable here.
Great. Thank you. Yeah, there are a couple of really specific scenarios, so that's a very helpful link to have in there. Speaking of helpful links, we've got a couple here. I feel like I'm tooting my own horn a little bit, pointing to the Bitly Help Center, but we do have resources there that someone has been caring for, and that someone is me. So the first one is a whole section of articles on editing links. Go to bit.ly/editing links. You'll get instructions for every one of these things that we showed today, along with some other troubleshooting topics that might come up, might be helpful. And then there's the overall Bitly knowledge base, bit.ly/here to help. You can dive into the other parts of the connections platform, learn about everything that you can do, and answer any questions you might have related to other parts of the platform. And finally, the Bitly pricing page here, bit.ly/pricing page. This is a very helpful place to go to see what your plan allows, particularly around monthly limits and certain features. But you can also go there to see what other plans have available if you need to look into increasing your monthly limits or getting access to some advanced features. So that's all we've got today. Thank you all so much for joining us. We will have this deep dive, the recording, posted on the Bitly Help Center, along with links to all of these resources. And we hope to see you at the next one. Thank you.